We have a major issue with mass incarceration. He's doing his work is just he's a diligent worker. He's passionate about this, and he's doing something to make a difference. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring up Kiah Ellis. Kiah.
Oh.
As I look out over this crowd, I'm humbled. The folks here today that have traveled from all over Colorado, the United States, and abroad have come together in honor of one of the greatest advocates for equality and justice the world has ever known. This convening is a testament to the enduring legacy of a man who continues to be as influential today as he was before his assassination 50 years ago. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. believed that power lies in the masses. He believed in the ability of people, motivated, coordinated, and indignant, to change entrenched political, economic structures that seem unalterable. Dr. King knew that to achieve equality, inequality must be eradicated on every level, not just on paper, but also in practice. Not just in aspiration, but in action. And one of the clearest examples of inequality is our use of cash bail in our criminal justice system. When a person is arrested and brought to jail, a court almost always sets a money bond that the person must pay to get out before trial. These bonds are often set outside of the range that an average person can reasonably pay. In fact, the data shows that close to 60% of our jail population in Colorado, about 7,000 people on any given day, are pre-trial defendants who are innocent in the eyes of the law, yet they are behind bars. Some people argue that making pretrial defendants pay money means they have more skin in the game, so defendants will be more likely to show up for court and avoid new criminal charges. However, the data from Colorado and around the country debunks that myth. Evidence shows that cash bail is not an effective way to ensure appearance in court or increase community safety. Instead, the use of cash bail merely keeps people incarcerated and has the practical effect of devastating lives of the accused. People who suffer the most are those from poorer communities and black people, who as a whole are more likely to be arrested, who face higher bail amounts for similar crimes than all other types of defendants, and whose lives are disrupted when they are forced to spend weeks or months behind bars pre-trial, even though they have not been convicted of a crime. While detained, a person may lose her job, default on vehicle payments, lose her home, lose her children, be unable to provide for her family, and lose her health insurance. Roughly 3% of cases in the U.S. end up going to trial. The desperation that comes from the inability to pay money bail often motivates the accused person to enter a guilty plea just to get out of jail and avoid the negative consequences of pretrial detention. This encourages a system in which wealth, not culpability, shapes outcomes. The people harmed are our neighbors, such as Michael Marshall, a black man who died at the hands of officers of the Denver Sheriff Department while being held on a $100 bond. And this is just one of many cases, but one is too many. Pretrial detention also puts pressure on our already overcrowded jails. When the ACLU looked recently, many jails were overflowing. In fact, Pueblo's jail was recently at 194% capacity, with over 58% of the jail population pre-trial, legally innocent and held only because they could not afford to post bond. Pre-trial detention costs taxpayers of our state an outrageous amount of money. While other jurisdictions are reforming and eliminating cash bail, Colorado doesn't even have a database to track the number of pre-trial defendants held in our jails. The cash bail system as it is used today is unjust, and we are long overdue for reform. We cannot afford this system morally or financially. We have the power to tear down this system and build a better one. When collective voices rise up and demand an end to injustice, we can force change. When we must talk about these issues amongst ourselves, and we must pressure our state officials to act. We need to pressure our judges, our district attorneys, our attorney general, our governor to change this system. We must demand our legislature act, and we must support their bills when they do. Do not let anyone seeking office ignore this issue, for it is truly one of the most pressing civil rights issues of our time. We live in an incredible state, a great place to live, and many of us are very fortunate in our professional lives. However, it's important that you don't just live a professional life, but like Dr. King, you should lead a life of action, of working towards justice. All of you, individually and collectively, have an opportunity to change this world for the better. We can tear down the structures that lead to inequality, and we can create a more just world. Thank you.